Hello Cancer, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name's Colette and I'm here today to do a reading for all you Cancers that are Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Cancer. If you don't know where those placements are, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check them out. Especially check out your Venus, because this is a Venus related reading yet again, following on from the Venus related readings I did you and question mark, and I have done Venus retrograde readings, and this is the third kind of stage of that reading I'm carrying on with. It is Cancer season, so happy birthday to all you Cancerians out there. Those of you who've had your birthdays already, I hope you had a really lovely time, and for those of you who are yet to have your birthdays, wishing you all the best, and I hope you have fabulous birthdays to come. So, as I was saying, this is Venus station direct now, so she has stopped moving. She will be moving forward again over the same spot for the third and the last time. So she's going from 0,5 up to 21 degrees, and if you have any planets or any points in that particular area of the zodiac of 5 degrees Gemini and 21 degrees Gemini, you may want to check out what you've got there, because Venus will also be having a connection with those planets natally for you, and it will be having an effect on you, and especially depending on which house it's in as well. So another good reason for you to go and check out your natal chart if you've not already done that, and find out more about your own astrological makeup, as we say. So I'm going to do a similar formula as I've been doing before. I've separated all the good tarot deck of the cups today, because I don't think I've done this deck yet. And interestingly, when I was shuffling the rest of the cards earlier and meditating on the cards, and then I do a shuffle and I cut them and see what comes out, this deck of cards, which I'm going to be using for yourself, Cancer, actually came out with this card, the equivalent of this card. So I thought, now that's very interesting. So obviously there is something here that is saying Cancer is having a wish fulfilled. Something is coming true for you. Something that you've wanted for a long time, Cancer, is beginning to change here. It's come out in the right way up as well, so that's always a very positive sign. And here she's clutching this key, which for me kind of represents the fact that it's like, I feel as though it's been a hard slog, because it's the 9 of cups. It usually implies that there's been a situation, there's been difficulties, there's been lots of things that you've had to go through in many ways. It's like these diamonds kind of represent those situations of you, and I kind of feel of you kind of finding yourself as well somehow here. That the diamonds are representations of your own inner nature, because diamonds are something that are kind of chemically made by the heat and by the kind of trauma, if you like, of what they have to go through in order to bring that diamond into being. There's an immense amount of pressure put on a diamond, because it is carbon, it's pure carbon. So there's an immense amount of pressure, and it's also why diamond is like the hardest element, shall we say, or material on the planet as well. So there's also a representation of this here as well. It's not like it's a hardness, but it's almost like, and it's many faceted as well. If you see here, it's like it's having kind of discovered lots of different sides of your own personality, or having gone through lots of different trials and tribulations here, and finding this diamond, this treasure within yourself. But in order to get to that point, you've had to go through some real tough times, some real pressure has been put on you here. And the key that she holds in her hand for me, is a representation of what is truly valuable to you. It's like you've found something truly valuable through all of this. So we'll see what else comes out in your reading, Cancer. Like I say, I'm going to use one deck of cards for yourself and another deck of cards for the person who is represented as your emotional connection, energetic connection, somebody that you still have some connection with, Cancer, on some level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but there is a connection with somebody. So let's see what comes out for Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp. Thank you. Okay, 3 cards we have here, Cancer. The first card at the heart of your reading is the Page of Pentacles. Now the Page is a young energy. It's an energy of wanting to know more. But I'm seeing this kind of very flamboyant, like this peacock. It's almost like the peacock is actually the peacock's tail here, and he's kind of looking at this peacock. It's kind of caught his eye. But it could almost be something that he's wearing himself as well. So it kind of feels to me as though there's this energy of wanting to be seen here. Of wanting to create something, wanting to share something with somebody here. The Page of Pentacles is kind of looking for direction in some ways. He's kind of looking for a new idea. He's got this pentacle in his hand here, which represents kind of earthy elements. It can represent the signs of the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Or it can represent those parts of yourself that are now ready to step back out into the world and kind of make something work for you. But there's a real flamboyance about this whole energy here. I feel as though there's quite a flamboyant kind of even with these feathers sticking out of his hair, out of his hat up the top there. It's a very kind of look at me type of energy here. Wanting to be seen by somebody. Wanting somebody to notice what you're doing. Wanting somebody to see who you really are. Yeah, it's kind of a very opulent energy here as well. Like finery, like a lot of finery in this card. And the peacock represents that kind of like, you know, strutting about, look at me. Aren't I beautiful? Aren't I magnificent? So maybe this is how you're feeling at the moment, Cancer. Maybe you're feeling on top of things. Maybe you're feeling quite magnificent. Maybe you're feeling quite kind of like, you know, I'm ready to take on the world is kind of what I'm feeling from this. I'm ready. So let's see what we have over the top. We have you walking away with the 8 of Cups here. You walking away from situations that have been similar. You've got the 9 of Water here, which is also the 9 of Cups. So you've got the 9 and you've got the 8 here. So it is like you have walked into something else, or you have discovered something else about yourself by walking away. This is your your challenge at this moment in time, though. This is your blockage in some ways. And you have got this this little mole down here as well. And moles, of course, are very kind of, they are blind. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 cups that are standing and 3 cups that have tipped over. So it is like you've turned your back on something. Either you've turned your back on a previous relationship or somebody or something, or you are in the process of doing so. It is your challenge, like I was saying, it is your obstacle. Or you're coming to the point of feeling that in order to allow yourself to feel this way, like this, you've got to walk away from what has been. But that doesn't mean necessarily that you're walking away from it all. It just means that you're walking away from what doesn't work for you anymore. Doesn't mean it's the ending of something, though. It just means that you've kind of got to a point of recognition of saying, well, this doesn't work. What I'm doing now doesn't work. What I've been doing in the past doesn't work. But there are still cups standing. So it's like taking, in some ways, it's taking the things into your future that you know are valuable, that you know are needed within this. And this is what I was kind of feeling, this sense of learning about yourself here. And this diamond kind of going through a lot of pressure here, that you've been through a lot. It is your challenge, of course, but we also have it over the top of the 7 of Pentacles as well. So I feel as though you're walking away with this as well. It's interesting. Like here you've just got 1 pentacle. And you're walking away in order to be able to, because the 7 of Pentacles is about harvest. It's also about dilemma as well, about a dilemma of choosing timing. Is it the right timing even? Because if you harvest too early, then you don't end up with a good, fruitful, right crop, or ripe crop, should I say. You know, you can end up with something that's not going to be as satisfying or as fulfilling. And so there is a dilemma here, because it is in your crossing energy. There is, I feel, a dilemma of needing to walk away from where you've been stuck, this energy you've kind of been stuck in here, because the 8 always implies this kind of energy of being stuck in something, having to work through something, having to master something here. And I feel as though it is kind of mastering your own emotional situation that you're having to work with. And there is this element, I feel, of like harvesting, but the timing, it's all about the timing here for me today. This timing of it. Because it's your block, it's your challenge. Let's see what else comes out for you here, Cancer. So in your head and what you're aware of with the 7 of Swords energy here, in reverse, is that this isn't going to be easy. There's something not very It's almost like you feel as though you're sneaking out the back door here. There's a feeling of not being very open, very honest. It's kind of holding your cards close to your chest here. And he has 5 swords in his arms here and 2 lying on the floor. And the 5 of swords for me is always about adversity, which is why I feel that it's not going to be an easy situation here. And there's also, interestingly, a similarity with these kind of floors as well. And I don't know why that's caught my attention. There's even a cat there as well. The first time I've ever seen the cat. And the bird there. But there's a feeling with this 7. I'm getting from this 7. There's this sense of like, you know, this is mine. This is mine. And I'm taking it. I'm leaving this situation here. I'm walking out with this 8 of Cups here as well. Walking away from something that's not made you very happy. I get the feeling in some ways that this is about deceiving yourself rather than anybody else here, Cancer. But it's self-deception. Or even that you have done this previously, that this is what you did. You walked away, taking what you believed was yours, what was going to kind of, or what you needed to take with you. Because the swords represents the mind, it represents our thoughts and our patterns as well, our patterns of thoughts, our patterns of repeating things over and over again. So there could be an element of that here that you have taken away. This feels kind of, for me, a past energy of you walking away with this, all your swords, or these kind of, could even be a sense of like, you know, this was arguments, like not conversation so much, but arguments or things that were kind of flung at you. And you're still dwelling on them here. You've still got, and there's 2 swords down here, which kind of represents that decision energy as well, with the 2 of swords. But it's interesting because it has come out again, like with this 7. So there is also this dilemma here as well. You've got 2 7s here as well. So the 7s do represent a dilemma. They do represent a kind of energy of I don't really know if I'm doing the right thing here. But because it's in reverse, it can also mean that you feel as though you don't have an option. You feel as though you just have to do this. You've had to do this. You've been kind of maybe even forced out this gate. But there definitely was some nasty, well, bad vibes, shall we say. Some bad vibes here. And maybe that's why you've got the 8 of Cups here as well. But I feel as though the 7 of Swords is what's in your head, in the sense of where you're still in that energy. Cancer, you're still kind of there thinking, over things, playing it over and over in your head. With the 5 being adversity, it's about arguments, it's about things that are said, maybe things that are said that shouldn't have been said. Things that can't be taken back once they're said. That kind of energy. Sorry, my throat feels a bit weird today. And it's come out with the Devil energy in reverse as well. So this is what you've been working with, the energy you've been working through. which I feel is related to this in a way as well. It's interesting because if you take those 5 swords here, you could turn them into the pentagram there. So in a way, I kind of feel as though this is kind of self-inflicted energy here as well. Self-inflicted again here. Self-inflicted in the sense that you are keeping yourself there. It's like you don't need to be in that energy anymore. It's not there. It's only there because you keep it there, because you can't move beyond it, because even though you've got this 8 of Cups, and as I say, this is about walking away, but it is your blocking energy. It is your blocking energy. It is your crossing, it is your obstacle, it's your challenge at this time. And so with this devil energy, I'm kind of picking up this feeling of, yeah, like I say, you know, keeping yourself in that place of you not moving beyond your own, can be fears, it can be your inner demons, your patterns even, as I was talking about here as well. Kind of realization of your own patterns, your part, the part that you've played within your relationships previously as well. But it feels like something has kind of been hanging around for a long time with this devil energy. It's been hanging around a long time. It's kind of holding you down. It's chaining you to a past you that really, in many ways, doesn't exist anymore. Because when it's upright, the devil can also be about purging things. It can be about cleansing in some ways, like cleansing by fire. But even so, it's kind of, it says, you know, that it's a clearing out energy. It can be. But when it's in reverse, I feel more as though it's about kind of being kept in that place. It's like being consumed by all this fire and this flames and this kind of being yeah, just chained to this same energy. And also the fact that his helmet here with these 2 horns is right down over his eyes as well. So he's not really giving anything away. He's not giving anything away about himself at this moment in time. I just feel that there's this sense of being very consumed. And there may even be a sense here with this 7 of Swords as well, that the way that this person responded, which I think is your energy here, Cancer, is you feel as though that you didn't deal with the situation very well. That there is regrets here. Regrets about how you responded. And it's come out with the 2 of Pentacles. So this is what's the possibilities, if you like, the 2 of Pentacles. It's like your past and your future, it looks like to me. You know, he's got one in one hand and one in the other, and it is a kind of sense of balance and juggling, and it could be that you've got lots of things happening in your life at this moment, Cancer. But I also feel on some level it is about this kind of past and future energy. And that sometimes you're very much kind of in this sense of flamboyance and happiness and kind of like, look at me and being on top of the world, and then you kind of get dragged back into this devil energy again as well. It kind of pulls you back in. It kind of almost like you feel, I'm not allowed to have that. I'm not allowed to be happy. I'm not allowed to experience and fear as well. Fear of stepping into this new future. Fear of accepting. It's like, it's easier to stay in the middle than it is for you to move one way or the other, in a way. It's like, you know that you've got to leave your past, but it's much easier to stay where you are, which is in the middle, kind of going backwards and forwards with it all. But there is a rainbow here as well over these two. And a rainbow for me is always a very, what's the word? Always very, it's a very positive symbol. It's a very positive sign. It's very auspicious. It means that there is the possibility of joy coming into your life. Joy and happiness. And clearing of the storm, clearing of things of way as well, I feel, with this devil energy here. Because there's also a dolphin leaping in the back there as well. And the dolphin is another symbol of joy, happiness, friendship. So you could also be juggling two options here. You could also be juggling the past or something that's coming in, like another person. So there could be two people here as well, because you also do have these two swords down here as well. And the ship in the background is also kind of saying, you know, that your ship is there. It is waiting. It's kind of waiting for you to make that decision as to what you're going to do next. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But it is this sense of having to move away from this devil energy. And the devil energy, I think, is something that has really had you stuck there for a long time. And this blooming light is very annoying at the moment. I might have to do something about that. Because the light's changed outside, so it's kind of changed in here as well. That's a bit better. Might even have to put my other light on. Don't know if that's helped or not. We'll see. So, Cancer. What have you got going on down below at this moment in time? What's happening in the Cancer subconscious realm at this time? And the deeper feeling energy of Cancer. How are they feeling about this situation with this other person? This energetic, emotional connection. What are they feeling on a deeper level about this? How is Cancer feeling? Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. There's also the Moon in the background of this Two of Pentacles as well, which is kind of been, my attention's being pulled towards that as well. So that could also be saying, you know, this is about your intuition. This is about you trusting your own deeper knowing about this situation, Cancer. That on some level you're already making that decision. And you are looking, interestingly as well, you are looking at this pentacle here, which is kind of, for me, the future. Like, this is the past. You've kind of, because the rainbow is also headed towards this one here as well. So you are kind of moving towards that, I feel. I feel as though you are coming out of this devil energy and you are focusing a bit more on this positive side of things, and that you kind of know that your future is where you need to be, instead of stuck in this past energy that you have been in, working through this devil energy, which can also be addictions. It could also be that you've kind of been how can I put it, that you've been hard on yourself, very harsh on yourself. You might have been very what's the best way to express this? You may have not wanted to, not being kind to yourself. Almost like you've been beating yourself up about this, and feeling, like I was saying with the Seven of Swords as well, feeling that you may have this kind of guilty energy. But I do feel as though that's changing. I do feel as though the devil energy is moving away, and that you're working, or you have worked through that a lot. The Empress is the energy that's come out underneath here, which is interesting energy. The Empress represents all the queens of the tarot deck, all kind of rolled into one. She is all things to you, Cancer. This could also be your own energy as well. It doesn't have to be masculine or feminine. But the Empress does represent that kind of permanently potential, pregnant with potential energy. I know she does not look very pregnant in this particular card, but she represents Mother Earth. She represents everything that is abundant and very very caring, very giving, very motherly, very nurturing. So it's like she ticks all those boxes. And this is the energy that it's coming from. She's often very insightful as well, the Empress. She's aware of her, how can you put it? She's aware of her own purpose in many ways. It's like she has, let's just say, she will stick out from a crowd. She doesn't come across as being particularly meek or mild, or she's very charismatic. She's very like, if she walks into a room, she's got that kind of Queen of Wands energy about her as well. Very seductive. She's got the kind of Taurus, Capricorn, earthy energy about her, Virgo energy. She also has the fire energies about her, but she also has elements of water there as well. So she's also very insightful. And the air elements, she's also very intelligent as well. So she kind of is a whole package, really. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here, Cancer, that this was the whole package. Again, it doesn't have to be just the feminine energy. This could also be within the masculine energy as well. And she's holding this, which to me kind of looks like an ankh. Which kind of came out yesterday as well. It's kind of cross here. So she's also aware of kind of cycles of time as well. Again, to do maybe with this energy here of things having to be done in the right time, in divine timing, that you can't push the harvest. You have to allow things to grow in the right time, like a pregnancy, for instance. It has to be in the right time. She can also be somebody who you can learn a lot from as well. She can be like a guide or a teacher. She could be somebody who is very psychic herself as well. So that's in your subconscious energy here, Cancer. So this may be somebody who you have had a relationship with, somebody who you, like I said, ticks all your boxes, but I'm also feeling on some level that this also has brought out this kind of energy within yourself as well, of you learning to look after yourself. Because Cancers are the great givers. They give and they give and they give, but they don't necessarily give to themselves very well. Being water signs, they're very emotional, very sensitive. So you tend to be more in tune with everybody else than you are necessarily in tune with yourself. So Cancer, this could be that there has been, oops, don't know, round the wrong way. There could be that there has been somebody who you have learnt from here as well. Somebody who has taught you deeper, like how to take care of yourself, deeper understanding of you, deeper. I'm getting the feeling that this has got something to do with this energy here as well, with this Nine of Water, of you having to kind of take responsibility in some ways for your own well-being, learning that it's okay to look after yourself, and it's okay to give to yourself. It could be for some of you Cancers here. So what's the energy that's coming in for Cancer? Whoop. Interesting, 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 interesting. Two cards have fallen out here. First one's the Five of Swords, which is kind of what I was talking about here. These Five of Swords that is holding here, it's interesting that it should come out here. And also this kind of devil energy I'm also picking up there as well, the kind of the flames in the background. But I feel as though this is you kind of being quite victorious about it here. Like you feel as though you've kind of conquered your demons here. And this devil is kind of in the background, like you've put it behind you. You're no longer ruled by this energy. It's kind of what I'm seeing here. That there is this victory here. And that all of these, this is your battlefield, Cancer. Your personal battlefield that you've had to go through here. And this devil is now behind you. And you are now victorious over yourself. This isn't so much about other people. This is about victory over you. Your victory. And it's come out with the Four of Wands. So I feel as though there is this wanting, but still not knowing if it's the right thing. Because the Four of Wands is about stability. It's about wanting to build something stable, which I also feel is this energy here, and also with this energy here as well. This wanting stability, wanting to put this pentacle into something stable. And kind of looking ahead into your future. with this 2 here, looking ahead into your future, realizing that you've got to get out of that past energy and move ahead into your future. But you're still kind of hesitant, I feel, with this 4 of Wands here. You're still hesitant, you're still not quite sure whether or not it will be accepted, whether or not it's the right thing to do. But it is what you're wishing for. It is what you're wishing for. You are wishing for stability here. This is your wish come true card, as I was saying. So it is something that you're really wanting. You're wanting to take this to another level. You're wanting to take it to a place of much more solid like commitment, really. Kind of bringing a commitment into being. But you're not sure about it. And one of the reasons I'm saying that as well is because you've got this dragonfly in the corner here, and the dragonfly represents illusions in kind of the Native American mythology. The dragonfly was the illusionary creature. And it is in reverse as well. So I feel it's a place that, although you're feeling victorious with your own battle here, and the fact that you've overcome your inner demons and your doubts and your fears when it comes to yourself, I feel that when it comes to this relationship, whether that's a present relationship or a past relationship, but when it comes to the idea of you having this, shall we say, something that you want to build with somebody, you're still not sure if it's the right thing to do. Which is also what I feel this card here is about as well, this dilemma, this kind of, is it the right time to harvest? Is it the right time to kind of change what I have? Because what you have at the moment is you kind of finding your inner it's not so much happiness, it's kind of this transfer. It feels like something from within to without. It's kind of how I'm seeing it today with this peacock. It's kind of your inner peacock, maybe. You're just like, you know, your inner flamboyance, that inner confidence, that inner maybe in some ways new you. Maybe that's also what this is talking about. It's a new you. It's time for a new you to emerge from this. But first of all, you have to overcome those fears that are stopping you from doing so. But I do feel that you are working on it, and I do feel that you are going to be successful with that, Cancer. Whatever those fears may be. Because this 5 of Swords to me just is all about that. It's just all about you looking victorious, you looking like you've achieved a major achievement over yourself rather than anything else here. So let's see what this other person that you have a connection to energetically and emotionally is feeling for you here, Cancer. Let's see what they're feeling. This person that Cancer has an energetic and emotional, spiritual, psychic connection to. How are they feeling? How is this person feeling about Cancer? How are they feeling about Cancer? Emotional, spiritual, energetic, mental connection to Cancer. How is this person feeling towards Cancer at this time? How's this person feeling towards Cancer at this time? Oh, we do have two cards there. Well, we have the Ace of Cups. So they are feeling ready for love. This person is ready for love. This person is holding out this cup. And they're wanting to fill it up. Well, they're even wanting to offer it, because you also have the Knight of Cups as their crossing card here. This is the challenge for this person. And it literally is this cup here. It's a cup that he's got in his hands here. So this person, like I was saying, they are open. They are open to love. Whether that's with you or not, Cancer, I don't know. That's another story altogether, which hopefully we'll find out as we go through. But they are open, they are ready, they are willing, they are looking. Even though with the Knight of Cups covering the Ace of Cups as their challenge, it's kind of saying to me that they want something real. They want something real. They want romance, but they don't want fantasy. They want something that's real. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Is the need for something real. Not just something that's going to be there and disappear when the going gets hard, even. Because the Knight of Cups isn't always easy to be around. Knight of Cups, because he is very idealistic, it is the card of Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. It is the sensitive water signs. And because the water signs are so very sensitive when it comes to their feelings and their emotions, they can sometimes turn away from the reality of relationships and hide within how they want it to be. How they're dreaming about it. So I feel that this person doesn't, their challenge is to express also their own needs within what they want. And it's come out with the Two of Swords in their head here, which is interesting because I kind of pointed out these two swords down here earlier as well. So there is this energy here of the Two of Swords for this person, which is kind of what I was picking up. Where they are in their head, they don't want to be. They don't want to be in this energy of not knowing. They don't want to be in this energy of, in some ways, kind of trying to guess what's going on. Two of Swords, it's like there does need to be a decision made here, but this person does not want to have to do it. Again, it's kind of a similar situation to yourself, I feel, in some ways, of you kind of holding back. This is about holding back on conversations as well, which I think this Knight of Cups is also saying here as well, that this person needs to express their needs here. And maybe also this person is feeling that They're kind of caught within the devil and the deep blue sea here as well, that either decision that they make isn't going to be an easy decision, or it's not going to be a decision that's well received by either side. As in you and the other person. I don't feel as though this is a third party, although for some of you it could be. This person could be in a third party, in a relation. This could be yourself and the other person, and they're caught between the two of you. But there could also be an energy here of this person feeling like they don't want to be the one to have to make the decision of whether to take this forward or to walk away from it. That's kind of what I'm picking up for this person here. They don't want to have to make that decision. Because one way or both, it's like either, it's like I said, I just feel caught between the devil and the deep blue sea here. They just feel as though whatever decision they make, it's not going to be the right decision. They really don't know what is the right decision. But they do know that they have to make a decision soon, because I feel it's been something that's a pattern here. A pattern in the sense of something that keeps repeating with the two of you. Particularly with this 7 here as well, this kind of deceitful energy of something being kept, somebody not giving all the information out here, keeping the cards close to their chest. So this person also feels as though, you know, making a decision on not having all the information possibly as well, lack of communication. It could be the fact that nobody's communicating their feelings here as well. 4 of Pentacles. This person, like I was saying, they don't want to make this decision, they don't want to let it go, but they do feel as though something has to change. I've got the 10 of Cups in reverse. So there is this feeling of wanting to hold on to, in some ways, what is no longer there. Even though there's a deep connection here, because this does talk about deep connection spiritually, mentally, emotionally. But I also feel that this is past energy as well. And you've got the Page of Swords here. So the Page of Swords is kind of saying that there will be communication. But it's communication that's going to happen slowly. It's going to be in small bursts. It's going to be tiny little... yeah, just like little messages between, or coming from this person maybe, or from yourself, Cancer, to this person. But there's going to be some form of communication, but it is going to be very basic, shall we say? Very kind of just like, you know, how are you? I'm fine. That kind of thing. Not elaborate, not deep, not really expressing much, just kind of like, you know, I'm still here type of feeling with this energy. So you may get a message, Cancer, from this person, or you may feel as though you need to contact this person. But this person hasn't moved on. Even if they have, even if like physically they've moved on, even if something has happened and there is another person, there is a third party, they haven't moved on a deeper level here. Which could be why also, for some of you, not all of you Cancers, but for some of you, you are like, like these two people here are these two, this is you previously, shall we say, and then this is third person that's kind of stuck, or this person who's stuck having to make this decision between this energy here, if that makes any sense. Like they haven't, what I'm trying to say is they, even if they are in a relationship, for some of you, they're still caught up. They're still very connected. They still haven't let this go. So even if they are with somebody else, they're thinking of you. They are thinking of you. They are not wanting to let it go. Four of Pentacles. Holding on to something. Especially when it's in reverse as well. Holding on to something really tightly. Not ready to let it go. The fear as well. There's a fear here that if they let it go, what else is going to fill that gap, that space? So let's see what's going on for this person on their subconscious realm as well. What's happening for this person on a deeper level? So there may have been communication that's already started on some level, because this is the energy that's moving away, what you've been working through. And this person may also feel that there's not enough communication as well. Whatever communication there is between you is very kind of limited. And okay. Right, so we have the Six of Swords. So on a deeper level, this person is trying to move forward. This person is trying to get out of all this emotional turmoil down here and move into this more calmer, serene waters within themselves on a deeper level. They're trying not to be affected by this anymore. They don't want to be affected by this anymore, which is also what I'm kind of picking up here as well. They don't want to be affected by it anymore, which is why they're kind of in this situation of, you know, this dilemma of what do they do about it, because they are still affected by it. Otherwise this Ten of Cups wouldn't be here, because that is very much the kind of spiritual, physical, mental, emotional connection card. It's a card of kind of saying this is something that, you know, could span lifetimes, could be something that you've had to work on because of previous lifetimes as well. So we have the Justice card. So they are looking for a sense of fairness and balance, justice. They are trying to remove their emotions from this situation so that they can see it more clearly, more kind of analytically, kind of more third person, third party, literally. Like trying to, you know, instead of being caught up in the emotions of it, instead of being the person that's actually lived it, they're trying to see it from an outside perspective and make sense of it. That's another thing here this person's trying to do, is make sense of it. They're trying to see from a non-emotional attached point of view what happened. What happened? The chessboard for me often represents this kind of, you know, chess pieces on a chessboard being moved around in the sense of kind of chess, the bigger chess game in the world. And of course there was also this belief with the Greek myth, with the Greeks, that the gods kind of, you know, we were the pawns of the gods, if you like. And the gods, of course, were the planets, so they were represented by the planets. So also another thing with this person here as well, that they could have knowledge of that kind of thing. They could well be into this kind of esoteric and understanding, because you do have, on this card, you do have all the astrological signs around it. So they may well be kind of somebody who uses that knowledge to kind of try and make sense of their own world. We have the Nine of Cups come out again for this person. So we've got the Nine of Cups. In fact, it's come out 3 times. Although the first time it came out, it wasn't actually during the reading, but it still came out 3 times. So I'm going to include it. So 3 times for yourself, Cancer, it came out up the right way 3 times. For this person, it's come 2 times. For this person, it's come out in reverse. And so I feel as though they're not sure anymore. They're not sure. Again, because you've got the 9 and the 10 here, and they're both in reverse. So this person is no longer sure about this relationship, about this connection, about where it's taking you, or them, or both of you together. Would it even work? If you tried again, if you were to try it and get back together, would it even work? Is it possible? Is it meant to be? With the Justice card here as well. Is it meant to be? Is it karmic? Is it something that is the right thing to do? And we also have the Star of Hope that's come out with this person's reading as well in reverse. So at the moment I feel as though they're not focused on this. They're not focused on the hope that this relationship could give them. They're focused very much on all of this. This is them kind of going back over the past, I feel. As I was saying here with the Justice card, trying to work through it, trying to see what all of this has been about. Because all of this is kind of Pandora opening up the box here and just like releasing all this crap into the world, all the suffering, all this shit, all the kind of things that we have to go through. In many ways to help us to grow and to, it's like going through the adversities of life and kind of coming out victorious. But at the moment, it doesn't feel for this person on a deeper level that there has been any reward here for what they've had to go through even. There is a healing here though, there is a healing because the Star is a healing energy. Even when it's in reverse, it's still a healing energy, but it's kind of saying that this person isn't really focused on this at this moment in time. They're very much caught up in this, or they have been, because this is the subconscious realm. So this is their deeper kind of knowing. It's almost like they knew that they had to put themselves through this. Or this is what the relationship has been about for them. They're coming to understand it better. Interesting. Okay, so we've got, wow, okay. We've got the Strength card, which is upright, and the Strength card is all about kind of, for me, is about finding that inner strength. This is not so much about the outer strength as it is the inner strength. If you look at the lion, this was a magical beast that needed to be, in many ways, tamed. And it is like taming that inner beast. It is like taming your animalistic side, if you like, in order to be able to wear it. It's like once you've tamed it, it's like nothing can affect you in the same way. It's like with this sword, you can see this sword down here, it's kind of bent there, and this is Hercules trying to tame or trying to kill this beast. And it's symbolic, basically, of our inner, because it's inside a cave, and caves are always about the inner. So it's about this kind of symbolic taming of themselves in many ways. This person is finding an inner strength here. A strength that's kind of at the same time got more of a gentler side of it. Often the strength card is depicted with a female as well as the lion, which can represent the more gentle side of strength as well. But in this card it's much more about kind of the lion being worn outwardly. Once you've kind of tamed it within, you can then kind of transform it as an outer kind of layer, almost like an armour, so that things kind of don't affect you in the same way as they would do previously. But it's also come out with the 5 of Cups here, which again is interesting, because if I go back to this 8 of Cups, which I was looking at earlier, this has got 5 cups still standing and 3 cups have fallen over. So this person, still feels betrayed. This person still feels as though somebody has run out and left them without any explanation, without kind of any sense of showing who they really are. And I'm getting a sense of this same energy here as well, with these 5 swords and these 5 cups. Or this person not showing their true self. As I was saying earlier, Cancer, this is more your energy of you not necessarily showing your true self here. Kind of deceitful, but deceiving yourself. And because you were deceiving yourself, you were also deceiving this other person who you wouldn't let in. You wouldn't fully let them in. And this is the energy that's moving in here. And it has the Lovers over the top of it here as well. The Lovers for me is a card of Libra. Venus ruled. I don't see it as being Gemini. So I break with tradition there. The Lovers is about trying to find or wanting to find that person that reflects who you are. And if somebody keeps running out on you, how can you give them the real love that you want to give them? Or how can you, even though, like, you know, this Ace of Cups here, this person really wants to, they are open and hoping to find somebody who they can give that cup to. But at the same time, they're feeling betrayed. And maybe even that the strength is kind of worked or used against them here as well. They may be very strong in their nature, in their self-assurance of who they are. And this may come out in the future as well. They may have to use this side of their own nature. And this yeah, I'm just getting this sense of them wanting somebody who they can connect with fully. Because the Lovers with the 3 different goddesses here represents different aspects of nature. We've got the energy here of nurturing, giving, caring. And then you've got the mind energy. This is kind of the earth energy, if you like. And then you've got the kind of mind energy of the intellect, somebody who you can have conversations with and somebody who you can intellectually spar with in many ways. Somebody not who's willing to willing to accept all sides, that you have all these different sides and all these different facets. But I just feel on some level that this person doesn't feel as though that's acceptable, because they feel betrayed. There is this betrayal here. There is this sense that somebody kind of maybe comes in and runs out again. And it is to do with love. It is to do with a lover, because this is the last energies here. And it is over the top of this Five of Swords, the adversity energy, or the energy of you feeling victorious, but also with this Four of Wands in reverse. It kind of feels as though you know, you're holding back on this. And maybe this person has found somebody else, and they are in a relationship with somebody else, and then you kind of come back in, Cancer, and you kind of make them question everything about this relationship that they're in. But also they don't necessarily want to leave that relationship they're in, because they know that maybe, or they feel that maybe they can't trust you not to disappear on them again, not to kind of just, when things get difficult and things get a little bit hard in the relationship, for you to just kind of go into your idyllic space here, Cancer. This space of kind of wanting to see things as you want them rather than the way they are, which can be very different. So I'm going to shuffle. Oh, actually, first of all, I'm just going to pull a Moon Wisdom card and see what the Moon Wisdom Oracle cards have to say here about this energy. It does feel to me as though somebody's going to be feeling as though they've been betrayed, possibly by somebody who they were hoping was going to be their long-term lover here. Okay, it says expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. We do actually have a new moon eclipse coming up on July the 5th, I believe, in Capricorn. Is it a new moon or is that a full moon? No, actually, we've just had a new moon eclipse. We just had a new moon eclipse in Cancer. Sorry, get it right. We had the new moon eclipse in Cancer, which is going to last for about 6 months. So that could have something to do with this, being in your own sign, Cancer. 0 degrees Cancer, it's just taken place, so expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Looks like things are going to change, whether it's in your favour or not, whether it's how you're wanting it to be or not. Things are going to change. It's also a case of like, do you know what you want as well? And are you prepared to do anything about it? Okay, what I'm going to do with these cards is I'm going to shuffle them. I'm going to take one from the top, one from the bottom, and one from the middle. Well, I'm going to cut them and see what comes out in the middle. So let's see what you get. These are the Angel Blessing Oracle cards. So you have Heart. And it says, allow the angels to open your heart. So this could be for you, Cancer. This could be for the cross watcher here. Person who you have an emotional and energetic connection with. Okay, so we get laughter, which is saying angels bless you with laughter. You have heart energy and you have limitations. Rise above illusionary limitations. So as I was saying, that what's holding you back with this devil energy here is just illusionary limitations. It's not real. It's things that you allow yourself to believe are true or real. Situations that you have kind of emotionally invested in or connected to, so you're finding it difficult, Cancer, to move beyond them because your energy is still there. Your energy is still caught up in that time and space. So I'm going to do the same with the angel cards as well today. I'm going to take one from the top, one from the bottom, and one from the middle for Cancer. So I'm going to shuffle them well first. And this is your Venus station direct reading. So things are changing, things are moving forward for you. If you feel as though you've been very stuck and haven't been able to do anything about it during this Venus retrograde, it is saying with this new moon eclipse, expect powerful change to come. So let's see what we get. We get wisdom first of all. Take one out. A card from the top and a card from the bottom. Nice, you get two angels here. So first of all, wisdom. And wisdom is saying knowledge is learnt, but wisdom is the divine prompting within you. Your angel guidance is to connect to your still, quiet centre and listen to the wisdom of your soul. Then you will take decisions and act from your own infinite self. With wisdom, life takes on a new perspective as drama and fears become insignificant in comparison with the magnificence of the overall picture. Walk your path in life as one of the wise ones, and all will revere and respect you. And maybe that's what this is about. Wanting to be revered and respected here. It's Page of Pentacles energy. And so the affirmation is, I listen to my wisdom. Listening to your wisdom. So that goes with the laughter card as well there. I'm going to put them together. And so we have Archangel Chamael, or Chamael, depends how you prefer to pronounce it. And it says Archangel Chamael works on the pink ray of love. And being blessed with this archangel indicates that you are ready to open your heart to unconditional love. So this is this energy here. This energy is unconditional love, the Ace of Cups. Love has no restriction and accepts all people as they are. Nor does it judge. True love is so powerful that it dissolves hurt, anger, and separation. Let love flow from your heart and touch your loved ones, those you dislike, and strangers. This creates a bridge of light which the angels can move along to bring hope and peace. You could also relate to this card here as well. It seems to be relating quite well to the cross watcher or the person that you have this connection with, Cancer. In return, your life will be blessed and filled with love. My heart is filled with the flame of love is your affirmation here. And interestingly, it goes with the card of the Angel of the Heart here as well. It is the pink ray of love unconditional love. And lastly, we have Archangel Gabriel, and it says, you are blessed to receive this angel, and your guidance is to invoke Archangel Gabriel, who works on the white ray for grace and purification. Interesting. This is what I was saying earlier, purification. It is time to release old memories, ingrained habits, and mental patterns which lower your vibrations. Archangel Gabriel will bring order and discipline into your life so that everything can run smoothly. You can also call on him to bring you clarity and joy. That's what I was talking about earlier as well, this joy. Where was it? This card here. Moving into joy. Choosing joy. I might even call it that. You are reminded that you are a beautiful light and wise spirit, and that only the material mantle disguises your true self. So envision yourself surrounded by pure white light. Let your pure spirit emerge and fly. And your affirmation here is, I am pure and light. And that goes with the card of limitations, which is rise above illusionary limitations. So they're very apt, actually. They do seem to go very well together, because this is about rising above, letting go of the old and moving forward. So I'm going to leave your reading there, Cancer, and say I hope that it has been of some help to you. Please could you like up my videos for me, thumbs it up to get it out into the bigger YouTube world, which is why YouTubers are always saying thumbs up our videos, because it does help to get it out into the bigger, broader world of people being able to see it. The more people that see it, the more it gets out into the bigger stage, and the more people that can then come back and view my videos. And then hopefully they'll subscribe as well. So thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please could you do so, because it does help to grow my channel, which is really what I'm trying to do here, and get my messages out. Also, tap the bell if you want to receive any future videos as and when I put them out. I do new moon, I do full moon, I just did a Neptune retrograde, Venus direct, and Mars kind of leaving Pisces reading that I did yesterday or the day before, can't quite remember. But basically I do like the astrological kind of movements as well. So if you're interested, please subscribe, please tap the bell, and please like my video. It would really help. So also share my videos if you think that they're going to be of benefit to anybody else out there. And so on that note, Cancer, I'm going to say thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself and of anybody else around you if you can. Thank you. Hopefully see you soon.